welcome back to Mystical Everyday Heroes, or the Dungeons and Dragons podcast about people who are not mystical nor heroic, just everyday folks mugging women in caves.
That's right.
Oh,
I was going to say just a little bit spooky, but now that feels like a little bit like not severe
now
enough.
it actually does sound a little bit predatory, but no, it was Coco, and she was horrible.
She deserved it.
Wow, great mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
If there's ever one thing that gets us canceled, this is it. This is the moment. All right. Joining us along with their super spooky fact is Stan, the ally of clumsy women.
Clumsy women. What an ally.
That's a specific alliance?
Yeah.
I don't know.
An alliance?
Allegiance?
Allegiance. Ah, a very special allegiance.
That's hilarious. I do fancy a clumsy woman.
You literally
am a
are a
clumsy
clumsy woman.
All right. So today's fun fact is what could jump out at Stan and scare the heck out of him? That would be a bear. For sure. A bear. And let me tell you
God,
why.
I'm choking.
Because all Stan and I have ever heard is that the only way you get rid of a bear is make yourself real big, and Stan's not good at that. Because he's not big at all.
He's powerless against the bears.
He's like, there's no way I could be big enough.
Right.
He's an intimidating little guy, unless it's a bear.
Unless it's a bear. He stands no chance against a bear. So that's his fear. Spooky, for sure.
Yeah. I'm spooked. Color me spooked.
Oh, man. We also have the comforter of councilmen, Misphi, Faewilde.
That's right, Stephie here. So our spooky fact for Misphi is that her rational fear is frogs.
What?
Yep.
An animal?
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Next
From the
time.
why?
person who hangs out in the
animals.
forest?
Tell us more.
Frogs, not her thing.
It's because they're
She used to have
sticky?
nightmares of
Is it because
being
of their
completely
tongues?
paralyzed and then just
Covered in
hundreds
frogs.
of frogs just
Ooh.
all over. She could do anything.
Can
You
I
don't
just
like their
say,
feet?
to me, that sounds like a little bit satisfying.
Ew.
Like in like
Wait,
God.
the frog
If
thing?
you woke up covered in frogs, don't even sit here and tell me you'd be satisfied.
Did you just ask me if I have a frog kink?
No.
You better not. I'm not into
I know.
that. That's
Covered
what
in
you
frogs,
said.
that was you're like, oh, that's fun.
That's
Satisfying,
gonna have
covered
to
in
be
frogs.
a solo activity.
Okay,
Is that what you said?
Not satisfied in a different way.
No.
Oh,
I was like, that's an
In a hot way?
I
Not in a hot way.
That's not
I
where I
just
was
meant like
going,
you know
but-
the way that like the sticky little feet feel.
Yes, I
like
do.
I feel like
Yeah.
when a frog crawls on you, it feels kind of nice.
No, okay, though I do get what Stephie Misphi is talking
Whatever.
about, though, because when I lived
is
in
my fact
Florida,
as well.
it's a very common occurrence there because of the piping for frogs to hop up in the toilet. And if you have never in your
Wait,
life
what?
been sat on a toilet and had a frog slap up against your raw butt cheek, you've not lived.
Raw butt cheek.
The sequel
I
to
knew that
Naked
was-
Chin.
Knew that was coming.
Unhinged.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's tough.
yeah. it was
I'm so
definitely
sorry
quirk.
that. Can we just take a moment
so
of silence
where
for
did that-
Brandy's butt cheek?
I'm not alone. There are
Rip.
hundreds of us.
Like,
Wait,
to
Butt
anyone,
cheeks out there.
if you've ever experienced this, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Not from us, but I
Yeah,
don't know,
not- just to
somewhere
clarify,
out
certainly
there.
not.
Certainly
from us.
not going to
There's somebody chasing an ambulance who's getting a little tired and is like, "There's frogs. I can follow frogs."
If there's an ambulance, somebody croaked.
ambulance.
croak,
Back with the dad joke.
loving it.
I thought you were going to say
Always.
dead jokes, and I was like, that might cross a line.
No, Matt, it's spooky.
Right. That's what I thought.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, this is originally airing around Halloween time. If you didn't get that, for those of you who are listening to it a little bit later, losers.
Yeah.
Ouch. We love you.
We do love you. Stay with us, please.
Why do you have plans on
We love
Halloween, and
all of
why
our
aren't you just
losers.
listening to our podcast
Right.
instead?
Clearly,
Alone in the dark.
which is how you should always listen to our podcast. We also have Matt Rail as a hot, sexy scarecrow, Alfonzo Windbreaker.
That sounds about right. So Alfonso's everyday fact is that he actually is not a big fan of cats.
Wow.
And for a very specific reason. He's not a big fan of cats that can hunt him. So, like, being a wood elf, being in the forest and such, hunting is a big part of, like, life. But, like, jaguars, big cats, freak him out because they're so silent and in the dark, you can't see them very well. So then, in our spooky theme, black cats. Just
oh my gosh, is he
He's-
superstitious? Yeah.
He is not superstitious.
Thank you.
Except for this.
Spell that.
Like the black cats, do it for him. Like that is
They
that
do
is
it
a
for him.
paralyzing. Like nope, we're done.
We also have Jake Salisbury playing the Soul Stone soulmate,
Oh.
Aarakocra Meryl Cheep.
Love me some stone.
Scaresberry.
Would that make me a stoner?
Oh my gosh, Jake Scaresbury! Stop, that's so cute. That's amazing.
Jake Scaresberry.
Nobody's ever
Scaresberry
said
the
that
whole
to
month
you.
of
That's
October.
incredible.
Halloween is literally my favorite holiday. I'm so honored.
Same.
Scaresberries. I should
Oh my gosh, you
legally
guys are
change
making
my
the
name.
Scaresberries. That's so freaking cute. Can we please get aprons that have Halloween pumpkins
That
on them that say
is so
Scareberries?
We
S&H
have to.
Engraving has them or has aprons you can get custom made.
Oh
They're
my
super
God.
cheap. Just bought them for the nest.
Done.
Yes, that's amazing.
Done. God.
What's your spooky fact?
Okay.
Scaresberry.
So yeah. Let's see. Meryl's spooky Scaresberry fact for the day is that he is profoundly and deeply afraid of fish.
Ew. Oh.
I'm
thought
sorry,
Birds are
what?
Don't you
supposed
eat
to
fish?
like fit. Like
So listen. First of all, not a bird. Way more than that.
Birdman.
More than
Yeah.
a bird.
I
Much
can
more than a
communicate
bird.
with birds and I have feathers and wings.
And a
Not
beak.
And talons.
Like he's never had a haircut because he doesn't have hair.
Right.
But
That really makes him sound like a bird.
not a bird. Anyway,
Bird person.
we're getting into specifics here.
We don't want to be racist.
He doesn't like fish because he does not understand them, and that makes him deeply uncomfortable. He's a pretty open-minded guy, right? But like fish live in water. Birds do not
that's
like
weird.
to be wet.
Oh, I thought you were
Most
in a
birds.
bird. That's weird.
Are you trying to speak for
Psychology.
Aarakocras right now?
You just said birds don't like water, but you're not a bird. So do you not like
I don't
water?
understand why you're trying to define me.
I'm just saying.
man.
I just think that Stan would be a kick-ass lawyer, is what I'm
Oh my God,
hearing
could you
right now.
imagine him in a little suit?
With the wig thing that
And
they
a
have over
briefcase
British.
full of donuts.
He would have
Yes.
to be a
But
judge.
barefoot.
Yeah.
No paperwork, full
But
of
of
donuts.
course,
I want a
barefoot.
donut.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No shoes.
Those dogs are hanging out for
Stan
sure.
Smallman,
Dogs
Esquire.
are
Stan's
out
dogs.
to play, man.
Yeah,
Yikes about Stan's dog.
that's a.
Well, what happens when he's a lawyer and he walks to the courtroom and you're defending a bear?
Well, I would never take a bear as a client. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it.
That's
Yeah, it's a
wrong.
conflict of interest. It's really a
is.
moral thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's
So
wrong.
hold up. If you don't like fish, do you like to eat fish? Where's your moral compass on that?
No, he won't eat fish.
I thought he liked the fish.
The Top Tarts
Top
had a
Tarts.
fish flavor, as per previously stated in canon.
Did he know that?
I think it was established.
Yeah, you established that.
You established it.
Weird.
He likes the flavor.
Well, maybe
not the-
to be fair, I feel like in that case, he didn't know that he liked the flavor, and because he didn't realize it at first that that's what it was, and then when he realized that it was the fish flavor, now he's having an existential crisis.
Oh, so this is like a newer development for
Yeah.
him.
But maybe
Yeah.
you find yourself a little bit okay with it because it's not actually fish, so you get to
Right.
enjoy the flavor without
Right.
having
Fish
to
extract.
understand.
Well, it's
the
less like fish.
fish.
Oh my god!
Extract.
It took me so long to like fully process the extract part of what you
That was
said.
awful.
Yum.
I'm
Like,
so
I
sorry I
feel-
shouted in your husband, Matt.
I feel like he just doesn't like to eat the fish because they're like looking at him, and that makes him think about them.
That's fair.
And then he has to think about how they live in the water all the time, and he lives in the air. Like it's just different worlds, you know. And it's hard for him. It's hard for him. He's not. He's not a bird.
Somehow
bird.
I picture like a long lost romance, like a forbidden star-crossed lovers thing between him and a mermaid. Like, they could never be together.
It did happen once. Well, you know, she's not a fish, so.
Yeah, and you're not a bird.
you're not a
so-
bird.
Exactly.
a fishy situation.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
man.
saying.
I love that your role is just like waiting to deliver excellent puns. It's so
Yes.
funny.
Our pun's great. I love them.
Yeah. They bring life. We also have Matthew Bostian as our sound producer. So pretty please have Matt put something amazing in here that only you can make.
Something spooky.
Something spooky. And me, Empress Bostian, Brandy Bostian,
Bum.
Empress of this fine podcast, among other things, doing the voice of human fighter TJ, Town Justice.
Long live TJ.
Long live TJ.
live TJ.
That needs to be on our merch. Long live
TJ.
TJ. I'm writing that on my
Speaking
character sheet.
of merch, I wanted to let you guys know we have a listener who reached out. All right, for you guys.
Okay, tell me more.
This one's for you, Mom.
Darlene, as she was
Darlene.
listening to it, she's like, I'm making t-shirts,
Oh.
re-railed.
Oh.
Meh.
I love it.
So I do need you guys to give me your shirt sizes because these are happening.
Jake can't breathe.
I'm dying. I'm hyperventilating.
Me too, but we're not the same place. Oh God.
We have to get Andrew one. It's
Yes,
only
we do have to get
Obviously.
Andrew one.
We need to
obviously.
get your both of your sons, like your whole family, an extended family, a Christmas present for every single person who's ever known you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of tension in
famous.
Meryl's jaw right now is like could
It's a
crack a
little tense.
chestnut.
It's
So
a little.
excited.
But I told her she
Wow.
could choose to do like a railroad because we were on railroads to help you out.
That
if
would
that
be-
made you feel better.
That would be a little better.
It would be a little
I
better.
mean, we don't
Okay.
have to wear them anywhere.
Yes.
we-
no, I'm just
But
kidding.
we're going to.
Well, yeah, we're going
Yeah,
to.
for sure.
Same with Scaresberry.
Yeah,
Scares me.
Scaresberry.
I'm just gonna get that as like a tattoo.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Yeah.
that'd be
That's her next-
fantastic.
That's my next tattoo.
It should be a Care Bear with a name on it, like they used to have.
Scaresberries,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my God, stop. That's amazing. Yes. And then you could have a little pumpkin on its belly.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it on my
Or a
big
little
toe.
ghost.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So let's talk about, it's been a while since we met. So let's talk about last episode in Loreland. Last episode in Loreland, we saw our adventurers in the cavern beneath the mountain as you guys looked upon the soul stone. Jimbert, or Gilbert, was willing to divulge that putting the lead on top of the stone based on seeing the way the soul veins and the lead veins interacted within the mines, the hope was that the stone would stop giving off radiation, or the radiation equivalent, and therefore possibly be able to stop the Rockefeller curse. He didn't say more than that because he wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. And Meryl decided to test the soul stone's character by talking to it. The stone, showing it does have some level of sentience, glowed as Meryl spoke with it before petering out from lack of energy. The mystical everyday heroes deduce that something has been stealing the energy from the soul stone, and by draping it in lead, the adventurers were able to give it a much-needed respite. The heroes took the Fellervator back up to the top to see if covering the soul
Fellervator.
stone with the lead worked. As our adventurers crested over the mountain, instead of seeing the peace and prosperity they thought they'd find, they instead found chaos. There were people in various states of becoming de-Rockefellered, which caused some panic and confusion. The party also clocked
Sadness.
Coco coming out of the mines with something wrapped in her cloak and a dwarf coming out behind her. Deciding to split the party, Stan, Misphi, TJ, and Gilbert went to the fray of confusion, while Meryl and Alfonso went to figure out what Coco was up to. In the fray,
Forgot about
That
that.
was so much fun.
that was nuts. But with the main group in the fray, we saw Freya, the bartender, sobbing over the loss of her father, who did not come out of the Rockefeller syndrome. And in her anger, she punched Beauregard. She yelled at him for not allowing Jimbo to fix the problem in the beginning. And after Bergen Nobeard insulted Circe in front of everyone, the entire mining camp turned their literal backs on him. Very intense. Meanwhile, Meryl and Alfonso investigated and persuaded Coco to show them what was beneath her cloak as she tried to smuggle out remnants of the soul stone's vein out of the mines. Shut up, you guys. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, I missed
Not
it.
in a hot way.
Not in a hot
Okay.
way. Meryl and Alfonso stole the stones from her before flying off dramatically into the sky with a
That
why
was so good.
Oh my God.
and landed
That
beautifully in front of the
crazy.
rest of the group. And that's where we are now. Finally, the party is back together. So
Got the band back together, guys.
TJ's just over there like, oh, hey guys, nice wings. Alfonso,
Thank you.
this is really pretty.
Thank you.
Because he's a bird. Oh, right.
Oh.
We're having a moment. Sorry.
Don't ruin it. Come on. We had a good thing going.
We did.
So, in front of you, just to give you an idea, like what you're floating, descending into.
I would say like picture one of those paintings in the Sistine Chapel of like an angel
Wow.
descending slowly.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Clouds in the background.
Yeah.
As
A
Ray of
bird.
sunshine.
Jesus.
the angels.
Jesus, yeah, Jesus
and
is
I will
for sure
allow
there.
it because I
Canonically,
remember.
Jesus is like peeks out for a minute and waves.
Yeah, he's like,
No,
bros.
that does not happen.
Only
Bros.
because you
What is
rolled
it?
a nat 20. If you would have rolled anything else, Jesus would have been like,
Yeah, Jesus is like, nice nat 20.
yeah.
Hey guys, way to go.
He was like, just wanted to say, that's great. You know, anything else, he would have been like, I'm busy. You know?
Yeah, this is fair.
He's probably a busy guy.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
things going on.
Yeah, this is a pretty intense D&D world. So what you guys are descending into, Bergen No Beard was just told by Beauregard that his grandfather's was the one who was cursed him with not having a beard. So that's pretty intense. Freya had already left. Misphi is kind of standing next to the still drying his eyes Beauregard, who she had just like hugged into submission.
That's right, I did.
That was beautiful.
God.
So what do you do now that you land? You're also carrying a lot of weight, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Are you carrying it or am I?
He is.
I'm
Well, you're
carrying it.
carrying him. He's
And
carrying.
I've got all the
yeah.
in my backpack.
Yeah. Okay.
All the lead.
Well, because I rolled a nat 20, I descend gracefully and I light upon one talon. And then I just kind of, I float down and I look so great. And it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
glimmer
just
in the sun.
angelic. I don't think I can say that. Well, I guess I can. Like a Twilight vampire. Can I say that or am I going to get
Yeah.
sued?
Sure.
Don't sue me, Stephanie.
If you land
I'm
with
right
one
here.
talon, don't you think you would have had to like drop Alfonso a couple feet?
Well, I
from
think
the
it was
air first?
established at the end of the last episode that because it was so beautifully done, Alfonso like took his toe and very gently
Yeah.
Oh, that's
landed,
right.
and then
So-
Alfonso's wings were
Yeah.
or Meryl's wings were behind Alfonso.
Right.
Yeah, and he
That's
looked
right.
With his
like
head
an
above.
You both
archangel.
landed
Yeah.
upon a toe. Once
Yes.
upon a toe.
Once upon
Yeah,
a toe.
as the sun was setting
So
behind
beautiful.
them.
Yeah.
All right.
Got
It was
it.
quite majestic.
Hey, we think we figured out the what's causing the Rockefeller curse.
Oh, that's cool, man. What'd you do?
We covered the Stillstone, and now people are de-Rockefellering.
So, like, what happens if, like, I know it's not freeze tag, but, like, because we don't know, like, what started it, could it still be freeze tag? Just a thought.
It probably no.
Yeah.
Probably. not.
Good thought, Teach.
Thanks.
Yeah,
We love
for
your
sure.
input.
Welcome back, guys. You missed a lot. How you doing?
I mean,
we're doing great.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Great.
Fantastic.
it seemed like it went. I don't know if you saw, our landing.
Oh, nope. A little busy.
What you
With-
got there, though?
The light was
we have
kind of
it's
in my
Alfonso.
eyes because
Yeah. yeah, guys.
Yeah, right. Alfonso, what do you have there?
I have a lot of lead.
Oh, wow, that's weird. Remember what we covered that stone
No.
in?
No.
no,
Oh.
no, you got the it's the soul stone vein that you have.
Veiny.
You have
Right.
the vein, you have like the rocks from the soul stone vein, so they're actually like kind of glowy the way that the soul stone is.
Oh, I thought I had lead.
Oh.
you have
it's
the
okay.
you have like little soul
I
stone
have glowy rocks.
Glowy rock.
So shiny.
TJ, don't touch them.
Where did you get the
Aw.
glowy rock?
We
It's kind of a long story, but we need to avoid Coco at all costs from
Yes,
now
we do.
on. I mean, as if we weren't already, but it's gotten a little bit more complicated. But anyway, did you see that landing? I mean, holy cow,
Yeah.
that was pretty
I
incredible.
saw it out of the corner of my eye. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get a round of applause for the landing, but I bet it was great. A lot of stuff just
So
went
what are we
down
gonna do
here.
with these rocks, though? I feel like these rocks are pretty important.
And Beauregard's like, I thought, is Coco all right? You said we're avoiding her.
Oh, she's fine. She's totally
she's not
fine.
hurt. She's just not very happy
Actually,
with us, but she'll forget.
actually, she's not happy with us because I've got to be honest with you. She was trying to sneak away and steal your soul stone. All these pieces that we have, she was trying to steal them. We took them back.
She's definitely in cahoots with the mayor, and we know he's a problem.
Wait a minute now. what do you mean? I'm so confused. So Coco knows the mayor? She wasn't even here when he was here. But
We don't know why, but we know that it's connected.
And why was she was taking these from the mine? She's not even allowed in the mine. How'd she even get in the mine?
Well, that's another story for another time. But we did. She's not in the mine now. And we have some of these rocks.
Did you?
Also, that cocoa that everyone was drinking was laced with something she put in there herself.
That she got from the mayor.
That she got from the mayor.
Laced with what?
Well, we're not sure, but it was bad. And that was contributing to the Rockefeller.
Doesn't seem important. The specifics don't seem important. Lots of bad stuff was happening.
All important.
And we fixed all of it. So that's pretty cool.
I don't understand. And he kind of turns to Gilbert. Gilbert, you're the scientist here. Man, this has been a long day.
Right here, yeah.
I guess I'm confused. So what was causing the Rockefeller this whole time? Like, was it Coco? Because I thought, like, that don't make no sense because she hasn't been around. But then she's got, you said, like, what, poison or something in her cocoa?
Basically.
It wasn't exactly poison, but it definitely made people more loopy.
More loopy.
It sounds like she was looping you.
All right. Well, where is Coco? And wait a minute. If she was working with the mayor, and the mayor's dosing the cocoa with something, and she's giving the cocoa out, why wasn't everyone infected with Rockefeller that was nearby or that had it?
Well, it's not the cocoa that's making the Rockefellers.
So what is?
We think it's the soul stone.
Interesting. All right. Well, Jib, and he's like, yep. I need you to go fetch Coco. Where'd y'all leave her? Y'all didn't kill her, did you?
I always forget about Jeb.
No.
Jeb cuts you a look and furrows his brow. That's all he does.
I don't think he likes being forgotten about.
Sorry, Jeb.
And Cersei goes, explosives.
Yeah, doggy.
Sorry, had to. Sorry, not sorry.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Where is Cersei anyway?
She was on your shoulder.
This whole time?
She had flown as like she tried to intimidate Bergen No Beard. And he had said something rude to her, like "Get out of here, you bird" or something like that. And then like that was what caused everybody to hate him.
God.
And so I'm assuming she flew back on your shoulder.
Oh,
That
so
makes
Beauregard smushed her.
Well, he might have nuzzled her a little bit. He might have needed a little bit of that bird snuggle.
I kind of just
A little bit of bird
snuggle
love.
her
Everybody needs a
and
little
wipe
bit of
off her
bird
feathers.
love.
Yeah, but you're not a bird. so-
Whatever.
Okay.
So he calls. Where did y'all leave Coco?
I
I
on
got
the
some
other
questions.
side of town.
Well, we took these back because we knew it was wrong and we had to fix it. And so I don't really know what happened to Coco, to be honest.
Well, was she coming out of the mines? Is she like?
She was trying to leave.
was
She was
down the hill.
sneaking out. Yeah, she was
She
down
was
the hill
down-
by the
she was-
mines.
With Chad.
Oh, right. She was with
Chad.
Chad.
Wow, that
Oh,
guy.
Chad.
Oh, that boy is dumb as a box
Oh,
of
wait. I didn't
rocks.
know about that.
Oh, that's right.
Right. How do you know that?
And then we really elaborately and theatrically fill them in on everything they missed.
Yes.
Ta-da.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so she was with Chad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, you know that.
Yeah. So he sends Jeb off to go fetch Coco. As he's doing that, you see Gilbert kind of take a stick and like kind of move around the stone pieces that you guys have. And he feels like he's been kind of out of the loop for a while because he has been either drunk or just like been kind of purposely cut out because they felt like he was too important because of his role as a scientist. And so he's like, all right, now I know I missed a lot and I'm real sorry about that, but can somebody tell me who this mayor is? It sounds like he's important if he's part of the reason there's people getting Rockefellered somehow because he's with Coco and Coco and poison and rocks? Who's the mayor?
Mayor Merriweather.
With the big hat.
Wait a minute. Did you say big hat?
Big hat.
Long fancy coat.
He was here before, wasn't he?
Yes, probably.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He turns to Beauregard and he's like, is that fellow that was touring the mines a few weeks back? Beauregard is like, yeah, he wanted to know about possibly getting in with the council and maybe investing in our rocks and our mines, but we just didn't get quite the good feeling from him, and that's why we didn't really introduce you, and we didn't really want you a part of all that. So, sorry. And you see like kind of this like look cross over Gilbert's face.
Like he's thinking.
Like he's thinking and he might be a
Like it
little
hurts?
bit embarrassed. Roll an insight check.
16.
17.
Uh-oh. You
Eight.
didn't incite anything.
18.
Oh no.
You got a one.
That one.
Oh no.
I feel like you're just looking at the area where like Alfonso and Meryl like landed and you're like, did I see that? Was it all a dream?
Hmm.
That was a good
So
time.
with that, you guys are looking at Gilbert and you see embarrassment and shame and a bit of guilt and a bit of like his face is getting red, the tips of his ears are getting red, like he
girl.
feels like he just realized he might have really screwed up somehow.
Hey, Jimbert, Jim Babe, you wanna you wanna share what you're thinking over there, man?
Well, now see, I didn't know that the person with the big old hat was the mayor per se, but a few weeks back I was in the mines mining, doing my mine thing, and
Naturally, of course.
and I was real caught up in a project with the Soul Stone, and I saw, this real tall man with his real tall hat and looking all important, and he was in the mine, so I assumed he knew he had to be there for a reason, and he just came up and started asking me questions, and I mean, he's a real enticing fella. I didn't entirely know, what was.
He is a smooth talker.
He really is.
I think it's really the hat that sells it.
I'm just impressed that he got in the mine. We struggled hard, and we're I guess we weren't very sneaky, but
We're pretty mad.
we are
Meh.
pretty meh.
Well, you see that Beauregard kind of scratches the back of his head a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, we might have taken him there, kind of on a tour.
You did what?
Well, we thought we were being hospitable, and
So the
Then-
That
fancy
would've
hat
been nice.
warranted hospitality, but we didn't.
We come here trying to
Well,
help, and
We don't have fancy hats,
we
to be fair.
learned a little bit that maybe we need to, hold our cards a little closer to our chest, and
I've been there before.
yeah,
Was this before Rockefeller?
yeah.
Was it pretty immediately before?
Well, give or take a week and a half or so.
Oh.
Jimbert, what sorts of things started happening after the mayor came here?
Well, when I didn't know he was the mayor. We didn't really get to introductions, but he was, he came into the mine and he had a lot of questions, and we were talking about tea. And he saw that I had a little cup of tea, and he was asking me about it, and I told him how I had to change my tea because some of my tea ingredients didn't like being near the soul stone, and he asked a lot of questions about it. He seemed like I was just so excited to share science with another fellow man, And
Wait, ingredients that didn't like the soul stone? What does that mean?
well, when I started with the Soul Stone, when we finally reached it, I had, we have like these younger fellows who really want to be miners, but they're not quite ready for it. So we kind of turned them into little fetch boys, so to speak. And so they, and TJ's just like, I've been there, man. It's cool. And he's like, so like, I got a tea that Freya's dad used to hook me up with that he got from one of the old elves, like one of those fancy four people, And
I
one
do like elves.
yeah, and there's this special ingredient that he got from it, and it's called Faewilde or something. It's for Faewilde, whatever. And it's a pretty potent thing, and the idea behind it is it kind of breaks down your system so that way you can absorb the other active ingredients in the tea better. So like it helps, like, if I've got tea for aching bones, or if I got tea for, clearing my throat.
Like it's medicinal.
Well, the other tea things are medicinal, but the Faewilde, gosh, that's such a mouthful. The Faewilde kind of makes your defenses against the medicinal stuff lower, so that way it really gets in your system. And the thing is that I had the tea in a stone cup, as we're wont to do. So I had it in a stone cup. The little person brought it, and the tea just kind of turned all stony and sketchy right in front of my eyes, and it kind of cracked, and the whole stone cup cracked, and he happened to have some of the Faewilde as a whole plant, and it kind of wilted. So I mean, I didn't think much of it at the time, other than that was just like a real fascinating thing. I thought it might have had something to do with the moss, but then I was so focused on doing the scientific
That
inquiry.
seems really important detail that your tea turned to stone.
Well, it wasn't the tea so much as it really just like turned the stone more brittle. And I thought that it was like, I don't know. I was just so entranced. And then he started asking about teas, and I was telling him about it, and I thought I was really onto something there. And at the time, we didn't have Rockefeller syndrome. This was just the Soul Stone had so many active things that were happening around it. It was hard to even document it all. Not everybody who's down there is as skilled as I am at being able to do scientific inquiry. So I was really trying to play catch up. And the best thing that the fetch boy did was he just took it away, and I just started switching to, moss tea.
Moss tea?
That sounds awful.
It ain't great, but keeps you awake. I guess it's hot tea and moss.
Probably better than eating spiders.
I mean, what?
Never mind. Sorry, not important.
Alfonso, those are inside thoughts.
Yeah, yep. Gotta
That
work
one
on
was an
that.
outside thought.
You gotta work on that.
It's been a long day, guys. We could go for a long rest sometime soon.
That was a lot of information.
Well, I just don't understand here, Jimbert, whoever
Jim
the hell
Babe.
you are. I don't
Jim
understand
Babe.
if you just talked about tea, how that really made him. How did that cause the Rockefeller? I mean, I just like. Is it the Faewilde? Like, how did he get his hands on the whatever? And
The F stuff.
Jimbert's like, well, I don't really know. Like, if he were to have it, that Faewilde stuff it's awful potent. It kind of stinks something awful unless you mask it with something real good.
Like hot
Coco.
chocolate?
Well, I mean, maybe. So, as you guys are kind of sussing this out and having this conversation, you see like one of the smaller dwarves that, because again, there's chaos everywhere, but you see one of the smaller dwarves that came from the gated area came up to Beauregard with a letter, and he's like, somebody left this at the gate, Mr. Beauregard. It's for you. And Beauregard's just like, all right, y'all, just give me a minute. I'm just going to have to take this. And so he walks off and he takes the letter. So what do you guys do? Because right now, like, you guys just found this out. So what's your plan?
Well, I think long term, we should work our way to the mayor and confront him.
Agreed.
However, I'm a little concerned that the group of us will not be as successful in fighting him if that happens. We're doing good, but we're level 2, so I'm not sure we can take on the mayor and his guards and stuff, because that seems tough.
Well, as far as he knows, we're helping him.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
True, he does. He does
Because
think
he
we're
wants
still
his
helping him.
daughter back.
Oh, should we go back and get leader and then...
If we go
Come
back,
up with a plan.
well, if we go back and we tell her that we're trying to take him out,
Oh, she might...
she left because she doesn't
Right.
want to be there with him. She doesn't like him either.
So she might conspire against
I
it.
think she'd be an ally. I think she would come back with us and pretend like she was coming home so we could get in.
Maybe we should just go tell her what's going on.
Well, like, isn't she with the rebel camp?
Yeah, we
Like,
go back there.
okay.
I think we left there in good terms, right?
Yeah, just don't.
We were
like,
really nice to
let
that
me
little
have
guy.
any
What was his
more-
name?
Did you just call him a brat?
No, little guy.
Little guy.
Oh, I
guy.
thought you said a little brat.
No.
He's my little Durgan rock.
Durgan.
I think of the
Durgan.
rock fist. That's all I can think of.
Oh, Durgan. Oh, we
Durgan
should
Rock.
see him again.
That
What
would
a
be
sweet
nice.
young man.
Yeah, he fed me bad soup though.
We also
Well, he
ate those
didn't
spiders
mean
over
to.
there.
No, he was good.
He's just a little guy.
He is just a little guy.
It seems like we found out a lot of information, but we don't know what to do with it yet. And I think that leader girl would really be able to help us out.
I think so too.
Are we concerned at all about figuring out what's in that letter?
I was gonna say, why don't we check with Beauregard,
Beauregard.
oh, the leader guy, the guy who has the letter. The guy who
We
has the
got
letter.
there. God,
Yeah.
we got there.
We're working on it.
So,
Doing great.
how are you guys gonna approach him? Because he's over there. He's got the letter open. He's probably about, I don't know, like 6 feet away from you guys.
I'd like to utilize my being of the nobility. I have a little bit of a essence to my walking up to him.
Oh,
To
here
be
we
fair,
go
Alfonso,
again.
I think Misphi should take this one because he cried on her earlier. They've got a connection.
Oh, true.
Yeah, she's all
Misphi's
wet.
already halfway up there. And
As much as I know you could do it, I think that this might
All
be
right, I'll
something for
defer.
her to
I'll
take
defer.
on.
Go ahead. If I see you heading south, I'll come up.
Okay.
okay, so
We've done that
Misphi's going to
before.
go up there and just kind of like very quietly just put her arm around his shoulder.
Roll a charisma check with
Like
advantage.
nonchalant. Just be like,
Roll a Riz
Hey.
check.
Riz.
Roll a charisma check with
Are you the
How
advantage.
is your Riz today?
We're gonna find out if you're the Rizzler.
Well, roll it with advantage, so you get to roll it twice.
13
Plus your.
plus 3.
All right, stand in the microphone
16
for me.
Riz?
That's pretty rizzy.
That's quite a significant
16
amount of
Riz.
Riz.
16
And
Riz.
I'm
Okay.
just going to pat him and be like, hey, you can tell me.
Wow. Okay, listen, that
This
was
is
a
a safe
16.
space.
That was a 16
was
Riz
good.
right there.
He just sighs and he slumps his shoulders and he's
Aw.
like, well, speak of the devil, and the devil's gonna come in the form of a letter, ain't that right? He hands the letter over to you, and it's a letter from the mayor.
Of course.
The mayor
What a
can
punk
read.
ass bitch.
I'm assuming you're looking over her shoulder reading
Oh,
this.
I am absolutely like peeking over, like, you've got to be kidding me.
What a
I'm going to ask Mr.
that was the
Beauregard.
craziest moment of my life.
I'm going to ask him if it's okay. Is it okay if I read this?
Well, I mean, darling, I handed it to you. I'm
I
assuming
know,
you
but
can
I'm
read.
asking for consent.
Misphi's such a good one.
This is a safe
Miss
space.
Fee.
I
Thank God for
consent
you.
to you reading the letter. I'll just summarize it for you. Look, he's saying that he's going to let us transfer stones through Bridgman, but only if we help him take care of some rebel camp that seems to be bothering him. I guess he wants us to use some of our armed forces to take him out, so that way, I don't know. He's saying something along the lines of that, the reason we couldn't trade through the town is because he had all of his forces kind of tied up dealing with these rogue rebels. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what's best for my town right now, Misphi.
I feel like we should go help the rebels.
I don't understand. Help the rebels?
They're against the mayor.
You know
They
the
did
rebels?
them dirty, man.
I
We
just
met with all the rebels.
you did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know the mayor ain't a good man. I don't entirely know what he's done here, but it sounds like he had some part in giving us the Rockefeller. Is that
Oh,
why
he
he didn't
definitely
want
did.
the stones going through his town? What do you think?
That sounds about right.
We've all like shifted to. We're like
Yeah,
our
the
ears.
three of us are like
just like-
leaning over.
We're taking the tiniest steps, and finally we're just all behind
We're talking to
Misphi.
his bar.
No,
Yeah.
this is how this is. We have like crept up behind Misphi while they're like engaged in conversation, and we're both like leaning in, like Alfonso and Meryl are like leaning in, and Stan is like trying so hard, but he's so short, so we both like pick him up under one armpit, and
That's
so we're
perfect.
all like leaning in.
Bo, I feel like someone's watching us.
Stan taps him
So
on the
I want
head.
to chime in right here. So I have some military experience, and looking at what you've got for what you've got for resources and manpower here in the rebel camp, I think that we could give the mayor a run for his money. I mean, I think that if we join together, the three of our camps here, we can really make an impact, or at least dethrone the mayor.
Roll a persuasion check.
Cool. No pressure, but
You got this.
12.
12. Okay. Oh, that.
I mean,
That's-
it would solve your problem.
Can I add a little bit of insight up here? Turn around, look up. Yep. Perfect. Hey,
See that really tall guy right there? He's
Well,
got
yeah,
something
he
to
gained
say.
don't I look a little bit
millimeter.
more intimidating when I'm this tall? I just don't have a tall hat.
I bet a bear would be scared of you.
Only up here.
With his bare hand. Bare
Yeah.
fist. Sorry. Bare fist.
Naked
Naked
fist.
So,
fist.
Bare
oh my god, my naked
Beauregard.
I love that band.
Beauregard looks up at you and he kind of wipes his monocle and sticks his monocle in his eye just to make sure he's
Yep,
seeing
that's
what he's
Stan.
actually seeing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You used to be down there. Today is a weird day.
Yes.
Amen, brother.
You know, I tell you, I really think it is. Listen, I know that all of this is very confusing. A lot has happened in a very short amount of time. I'm a really small guy and it's a lot to process. I understand. But it's clear that the mayor has something to do with the corruption that's going on in the town. And the rebels are led by his daughter, who left him because he was so corrupt. And so if that doesn't tell you anything, I'd say he's not a guy you want to work with.
All right, so because you guys are kind of doing this, so I'll have you roll a flat persuasion check.
Be more persuasive.
That was really good, and I got a 4.
I'll let you roll with advantage because Alfonso's essentially like helping you at this point. Like you guys are helping each other.
10.
Okay.
She's disappointed in our roles.
No,
I'm
just-
disappointed in my role.
but look, I'm sure that it's real.
All right, what would it take? What
Would it take is
Yeah.
we literally have half of our town is Rockefeller or coming out of Rockefeller. Do you see the chaos around us? There's people screaming.
Do you need time?
Do we need time? I need months. There's so much. I need a council. I don't even Bergen No Beard over there is like people don't respect him. We're probably gonna have to do a re-election. Jeb's over there. And as he says that, Jeb's like kind of hauling Coco by the scruff of everything.
Yes.
Jeb's having to deal with that problem that y'all are probably gonna have to deal with here. And
Ooh.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now we know that my best friend, our other council member, he's gone. I just feel like our mining camp might be too much in shambles to be able to give anybody help. We need help more than anything, and I just think we'd need time and more opinions. I can't make that kind of decision or commitment right now. I hope you understand.
What if we check in with the rebel camp, see how they're doing, see if they can provide some help, and then we can see what we got.
I mean,
Take some time to make some counts, get some data gathered, and then go from there.
well, I'll tell you what. Look, y'all are always going to be welcome here. I appreciate everything that y'all have done. We've got more people alive and awake now that y'all have been here, and I don't know if I can ever repay y'all for that. So when y'all do what y'all need to do and y'all come back, I'll be able to hopefully be in a better spot to listen to your arguments. I'm just hanging by a thread here right now. We're trying our best.
Misphi pats him on the shoulder some more.
Is there anything you could give us to help us get to, if we're on our own with the rebel camp? Do you have anything or people you could spare to help us?
Feels a little wrong asking. We're kind of kicking them while they're down, Alfonso. He just said that they need help. I don't know if we should take their people.
I think we're so committed to go take out the mayor, and we're gonna do whatever it takes. And if they can provide anything for us to help do this, and spare what people they've got, if they have anything, we can. We'll take it.
Meryl steps forward and puts his hand on. This is Beauregard, right?
Yeah.
On Beauregard's shoulder. And he says, listen, we understand. And if you need help, then let us get you help. We'll go to the rebels. We'll tell them you need help. And maybe when you have help, you'll be able to pass that along. And if there's anything that would help us do that, help us help you.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's because you didn't.
Thank you.
That was beautiful, Meryl.
I'm not
I know you had it in
charismatic.
you, kid.
It's almost like one of us is a performer.
I'm ready for my charisma check.
Well, I think I got a couple more than things. I got a person that you can talk to that might be of decent help. When y'all come back from wherever y'all are going, I'll have a little bit more set aside for you in terms of weaponry and armor and the like. But struggle is that so many of our miners that normally mine the ore that we use and all of our craftsmen have been infected with this. So
That makes sense.
we have ourselves well, you're what are you, like a witch?
I'm a druid.
A druid. Well, we don't quite have one of them. We got ourselves a witch.
I'm not a witch. I'm
It's
your
me.
wife.
Well, we got ourselves a witch. She's just like
Because it's spooky season.
She's just
Ooh,
outside.
wait. Can you say it one more time?
Got ourselves a witch. Oh, that's so good. Well, our I guess resident witch, she hangs out outside of town, gives people the spook, so we tend not to have her come inside the town. But you go her way and you tell her Beauregard sent you, and if she asks who that is, tell her your son, and she'll probably remember who I am. But she should be able to hook you up with some pretty neat potions that
witch?
might get you.
Did you just say you're a son of a witch?
Look, keep your voice down. There ain't not many people here who look too kindly on that when it
I
comes to.
apologize. I was just surprised.
Well,
You don't seem like the witchy kind.
Well, that's on purpose. I'm an elected official. We got to keep some things under wraps, or else people wouldn't trust
Ooh.
us.
He's got a resting witch
Scandals.
face.
2 for 2.
He like turns to you.
All jokes.
Pats him on the back again.
I love when the puns are like included in the action.
Me too, it's
and then the characters are like, "How dare
Wait.
you?"
Yeah. He just looks at you and then he looks at the rest of them. She's got a bird. I like her. Well, if you happen to go see the Mama Witch,
Mama witch.
she's
Mama
outside of the
witch.
mining camp about just go to the left and go down about a day's ride. But she's got a lot of stuff that might be able to help y'all with what y'all are doing. But just tell her I sent you. She'll be able to hook you up something right. Now, it would be really helpful too if y'all wouldn't mind stopping back here after you're done. Now, Jimbert, you said that it was Frithwilde, and Jimbert says Frithwilde. He's like, yeah, that. On your way out, can y'all please check in with Freya? Lord knows she ain't gonna want to hear from me. And he touches his eye kind of gingerly. And he's like, but if her daddy's the one who had that herb thing, maybe take it to Mama Witch, because she might be able to help y'all figure out if there's anything else we can use this for. And I ought to go make my way over to see her anyway. She's gonna wanna know about Jimbo. And as he's kind of scratching his head, from the side you see Jeb, who has Coco by the scruff of her collar. And she has you could tell that she's been kind of fighting back and forth, but then feels like that might be a little undignified. So she's just crossing her arms, and he just sits her down by the cuff of her neck. She's like, now, I have no idea why I'm over here when these two mongrels stole y'all's stones.
Whoa there.
Oh,
Coco, we're gonna have to have a conversation because we rightfully are in possession of them after you were wrongfully in possession of them.
Coco, they already know everything. There's no use. Give it up.
You stole them. They stole them from you. A steal plus a steal, it makes a right, you know?
That is what they say.
That is what they say.
You're right, Stan. You're kind of wise.
Intimidation check.
Stan?
Me?
You.
I'm an intimidating little guy.
Just a little intimidating guy, or not. Turns out you're not very intimidating.
I had a 6. Probably because I'm 3 feet tall. Always gets me in the end.
She looks at you. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but these two gentlemen, if you could even call it that.
Oh, why, thank you, Coco.
I was walking just outside the mines. I had just gone to fetch my dearly tolerated Chad. And I was taking him out, and he stumbled on these here rocks. And
Can I draw my sword at this point?
You could do whatever you want.
I'm going to draw my sword and point it intimidatingly at her throat and be like, cut it. Tell us everything.
Wow. Roll intimidation.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
She's a child.
7.
Wow, God, that was scary.
Yeah.
Misphi is rubbing off on everyone.
Yeah, we're this is enough.
Stan's really taken aback. He's like, guys, whoa, we're really diving in.
She is going to look at you, and as you have this blade to her throat, she cocks an eyebrow at you, and suddenly you see energy kind of coursing through the air.
Well, this is weird. Do we have time to converse, or is
Do
this
you
more
see
of like
that?
a second?
She is she's gonna do a surprise attack on you.
Oh.
Does an 11 hit?
11 does not.
Okay. So she beams a burst of light at you. And she kind of as she's leaning her neck back away from the blade, it kind of goes wide. But she's like, just because I'm missing now doesn't mean it won't hit later. Go ahead and I'm gonna have at this point, I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative.
All right.
Ooh.
3. I'm apparently not very initiated.
Remember to
19.
add your modifiers that are at the top.
I got 16.
All right, 1 second.
7.
15.
All right,
21.
who had 15 through 20?
Me.
Jake and I.
Oh yeah, DJ.
He's still here.
I had 21.
What?
Wow.
Jeez.
Can we just as players, not characters, are we gonna try to kill her, or are we gonna try to just whomp her?
I'm so sick of her.
Yeah, see, I'm like, I could go either way.
But does she have more information that
I know. I
we
kind of feel like she can be like an information mule. You know,
Okay,
I think
okay.
we just knock her unconscious, maybe tie her up and take her with us.
I mean,
Maybe she can
But
ride
not
on
in a hot
TJ's
way.
back.
we are the heroes, everyday heroes.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't kill her.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
sort of feel like killing her would be a little bit weird and intense.
We need justice.
Town justice.
Exactly.
God, we need
TJ, we need
TJ.
you.
TJ. Watch, TJ's gonna be the ding dong that kills her.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, is all of this is like behind the screen, right? Like we didn't actually have this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
We just did.
conversation?
I think we should all say we're cuckoo. We're cuckoo for Coco,
Nuts.
Puffs.
right?
Nuts puffs.
It's our battle cry.
Cuckoo for Cocoa
Going
Puffs.
cuckoo on Coco.
Trademark.
Wow.
All right,
Trademark.
so Alfonso had his blade up to her throat. She tried to, and as like that crackling energy kind of shoots off in the wrong direction, you kind of hear somebody from across the way be like, "Ow, knock it off!" And she's like, "Sorry," as she as the person across the way is recovering from a rogue Eldritch Blast cantrip. Misphi, you are up first in the initiative order.
That's right, I am. Misphi's just gonna use Shillelagh and then just whack her with her stick.
like the baboon in Lion King. And he's like, hey, bunk.
Yes.
Don't do that. Incredible.
Ooh, so roll attack.
It's a bonus action though.
You can do the bonus action first.
Okay.
Mhm.
The wood of a club or quarterstaff you are holding is imbued with nature's power. For the duration, you can use your spellcasting ability instead of strength for the attack and damage rolls of melee attacks.
Oh, damn.
That's good.
Shillelagh.
The weapon's damage die becomes a D8.
Whoa.
Okay, so
God, you might kill her.
if you are
Hopefully.
so you're
I mean, wait, what?
so you said with the shillelagh you use your spell casting ability instead of your regular attack.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of strength.
So that's gonna
Right.
be a +5. That's
Yeah.
insane. Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
19
Ooh.
plus 5. So 24.
That for sure hits.
Smoke her right in the noggin.
I'm not trying to kill her.
But
I'm
You
holding
may
back.
have killed her
Pisses me
anyway.
off.
Which is the D8? Is that the? Is it
It's
this one?
the
Can't.
2 triangles, or yeah,
That one?
That one. Mm-hmm.
8.
8. Oh.
Whoa.
She's not dead yet, but she's probably halfway there.
She's that hurt her a bit.
Good.
That's right.
So
Sorry, that
talk
was
me through how
loud.
you do that.
Passionate.
That's exactly what happened.
I loved it.
She went, bonk. That's right.
The rest of us are all standing back there like jaws on the floor.
Meryl's wings are like limp, and he's just like
What
staring.
now, bitch?
Oh!
Misphi's like pushing through the crowd as she does. She like pulls the magic of nature into her quarterstaff as she's like digging it into the dirt, and the magic is coming up. And as it does, she raises it up and smacks Coco right in the head as Coco's about to say, "I'm telling you, I know." Oh. And she gets a little woozy for a minute. She's like, "Oh my God." It's the rude one.
If you think that's rude.
Stan.
That's what you get. Don't get.
Stan, you're up next, my dude.
Well, Stan's gonna walk up to her with a classic naked fist
Yeah.
and say, "Listen, I wouldn't normally hit a lady, but you done a lot of bad stuff, okay? I'm not trying to kill you, I'm just trying to hurt you a little and maybe get you to go to sleep, okay?"
I love that it comes with like a
A full explanation. Like, I'm not trying to kill you.
And
But
she's like, "I'm not even tired."
you're going to be.
What's that like?
Oh boy. Well, that's good because I got, what do I add it with?
It'd be your strength.
What did you roll?
Shh.
I think with your naked fist, you add unarmed strike +4.
Yep, so that's still a 5 because I got a nat 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
After that whole speech, he misses. I think he probably winds up like you would if you were throwing a softball.
Like Donkey Kong.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
Like the old Popeye thing whenever he
Yeah.
eats a can of spinach.
100% Popeye.
And he goes to punch her. When he does, he gets a tweak in his back. And
Because she's so much taller than him.
Yeah. He's like reaching up and
Throws out his back.
he throws out his back and he falls backwards and can't complete the action.
And she's just like, "I bet you look tired now."
Oh.
Coming at me. How rude.
Stan,
Meryl,
are you
you're up.
okay?
I'll be all right, but Meryl, you better do something here.
It's your turn.
Wow.
That's all he has to say.
So,
It's almost like he's embarrassed that he's a part of
Meryl,
our
you
crew
would
right now.
never.
Meryl, like,
We're best friends.
Oh,
Coco.
looking at your heartstrings.
Roll for
Meryl.
persuasion.
will you? Well, I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this. And then he launches off the ground and grabs her in his bird feet and flies straight up about 20 feet. And he just holds her there.
Roll I'm going to call it a grapple check. Because even though you're not trying to like hold her down, you are like grabbing at her. That is a strength athletics check.
Okay, 17.
Wow, that was successful.
She is going to try to, and she did not.
So
She's like-
he walks up to her and he's like, Coco, I was really hoping I wouldn't have to do this. And then he launches off the ground and grabs her like under her armpits with his bird feet and goes, "Ah!" and dives up like 20 feet. And then he just like floats there and he's like, Coco.
Put me down.
Oh, I will. I could put you down right now.
Oh my God, it's so high. Are you on crack? Why would you go up so high?
What's crack?
Now crack is canon.
Crack is canon. God, the crack epidemic is really
Crack
bad
is
in
canon is
Loreland.
the episode title.
Well, I could put you down right now. I could just let go.
Well, don't do that.
Why not?
Because,
You're pissing me off.
well, I never.
Coco,
Meryl,
you have
please.
2 eyes.
She's stuffing her face.
With dessert.
She's
cake is
drinking so much of
good.
her cocoa. She's like panic chugging her cocoa.
I'm snacking. It's delicious.
When I'm nervous, I snack.
Mid-combat, she's got her like happy hustlers bag. She's like just throwing snacks. Like,
Yeah.
"Where- if
She's
I'm
like, I
gonna die, I'm
happen
gonna
to
die
have
full."
some cake in the side pocket. I need it to soothe. I had it for when it was that time of the month. I'm going to have to get it early.
Why is she Southern now?
She's always
She's always
been
been Southern.
Where
This
have you been?
Southern? I love it.
When she's upset, it pulls
When,
it out
when there's
more.
cake in her mouth, she's
When
more
there's
Southern.
cake in her mouth, she's always extra southern.
Okay, listen, Coco. You have a couple of options.
Uh-huh.
You're up here because you're a liar.
I don't remember that having to do with gravity.
What does?
Maybe you didn't pay very much attention.
Maybe not. But
So you
Meryl,
could
it's so
admit
hot.
that you were a liar, and I can put you down gently, and you can tell everyone what really happened. Because we've been pretty patient, and I would say I was pretty charming. But it's worn off. The other option is I could let go right now and hope that they catch you.
Meryl, come on now. We're friends. Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
16.
16. She like takes her hands and she grabs at your talons as she's like kind of clawing your way there. And she's like, now Meryl, darling, you know, you wouldn't now, because she rolled a bit higher than you when it came to insight. So she's like, Meryl, this is unbecoming. Now, put me down because I don't like heights. You're being rather rude, and I'm not a fan of this. So I'm just going to tell you right now that if you put me down nice and gentle, I won't say nothing else against you because we are friends,
Can
right?
I take my combat turn?
Well,
Do not shoot her with an arrow while I'm up here.
I definitely want to
Do
shoot her
not
with an
do
arrow.
that.
so
I'm not done
tactically,
yet.
Because if you're using your action and your movement to
Yeah.
move her up and you try to intimidate her, I'm going to say she is going to...
Is she gonna try to break free? And
Want to
Well-
break free.
She is going to...
That was like
Actually-
so layered. I loved it.
actually, right?
She is going to cast Command.
Oh,
On you. You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Hopefully, you're wise.
So,
Meryl.
do
We all know
a
how
Wisdom
that
check.
goes.
10.
The attack save is 10. So she says, down. And you feel the magic of her command kind of reverberate around you. And it's tempting for a minute to like, you almost kind of like lower a bit, but you're able to hold on. And that's going to be her turn.
Nice try, Coco.
All right. It is now Alfonso's turn.
All right. I'm going to shoot her with my bow.
Don't miss.
Well, I will try not to miss. That's kind of the idea. I get a
Break
plus
wind.
8 on my hit dice, though, so...
I'll take it.
I mean, my...
At least I hope I'll take it.
I hope you don't take it.
Yeah, really.
So Alfonso puts his sword away, pulls out the bow, draws back, and rolls a total of 19.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Meanwhile, Meryl looks down, sees you doing this, and goes, Alfonso!
Don't worry, Meryl, it's all good. And as soon as like good comes out of Alfonso's mouth, the arrow flies, gets her right in the chest.
Wow.
All right.
She's not gonna die.
Roll your damage.
Sounds pretty deadly to me.
No, remember we can choose if she dies or not.
We can choose.
I don't know that you can
We're
do that after you shoot
basically
her
gods
with
here.
an arrow.
Okay, maybe it's like a doll arrow. It's not like not gonna punk her. just
Dull
like,
arrow.
It's a doll. It's just thump.
Okay, wait, hang on. Do we actually want her to die or not?
No, we don't.
Okay, so then what happens is
So hit points aren't hit points aren't like
no, but this is what I mean. So what happens is Meryl sees you do this, screams, and literally lets go of her for like a split second, and then realizes, holy shit, and then grabs her again, but he only grabs her by one arm. So she like moves a little bit. So you don't like hit her directly. You hit her like in the, I don't know, somewhere, but like it hurts and it's
Shoulder.
scary and it's bad enough that she's not going to be able to fight, you know?
it's fine. Well, she took 6 damage, so however that
She
happened.
There goes
is
her arm. Sorry.
incredibly hurt. Like, very, very hurt. She's like, oh, that's... Ow. Ow. Couldn't somebody just put me down? And
I'll
now it's
put you
going
down.
to be TJ's turn.
All right, now you better watch out there, Meryl. If TJ throws that spear again,
Nobody else better throw anything at me.
only I can do that.
No, you can't do it either.
So TJ's going to use this turn. He's got a blanket in his backpack, and he's going to pull out this blanket and kind of like stretch it out on the ground underneath her. And in his mind, if he puts the blanket out and he holds like, I don't know, like a corner, that if she falls, like it will like a
It will
quarter
help.
catch her.
Yeah,
you
it'll
know?
help.
He doesn't really like factor in the fact that like many people have to hold up a blanket, but he's like, it's all right. I'll catch her if she falls, you know, so we can make sure we get her. Yeah.
At least she'll have a soft landing. She can take a little nap.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know, and then I'll wake her up, like, you know, like with my spear or something. Something tough.
That spear's mine, boy.
Whoa.
And he blinks at you. He's like,
Blink.
That's right, baby. No girl but you. This isn't even my blanket. This is a friend's blanket. It's just, you know, not ours. It's fine. You know it hurts.
You guys have a blanket?
We could. Wait, could we, Misphi?
I love blankets.
I love TJ's.
And then what you see from kind of coming up, like joining the fray, is you see Chad,
Oh God.
who has
Oh my
followed
God, not Chad.
the amount of hate you have for this kid,
This
who
kid.
has followed Jeb and Coco. He's like, unhand her. She's just a little lady. And he's going to take his pickaxe and try to go to the closest person, which happens to be Stan.
Yeah, I felt that coming.
It's always Stan.
I'm telling you. Stupid chump Chad. Here he comes. With
Chump Chad.
Who gave him a pickaxe? That was a terrible idea. I'd like to speak with them.
Well, he is the son of a miner, so he's going to have a pickaxe. He does a 12 hit.
You son of a minor.
At least it's not a son of a witch.
No, a 12 does not.
Poor Beauregard.
So he takes his thing, and he's just huffing so much that he just kind of lifts the pickaxe, and he's like, ugh. And it's just like real heavy because he's so tired. He's like, she's up in the air, and that's pretty tall. Like, she's already tall enough, y'all. It's hard to, like, reach her and stuff. And so that's going to be his turn. Misphi, it is back up to you. She is still floating in the air.
Cool. She can stay there.
So you're going to pass your
Misphi
turn?
just flips her off and walks away.
No,
That's my turn.
I guess I'll do something. What to do? Do I have a ranged?
You have a spell that you could use that's individually targeted, not like.
I
You
have
apparently
mostly-
do have a short bow.
Oh,
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do like bows.
I don't know that that's necessary.
I mean, it's never been mentioned before, so you're going to have to, like, note that somewhere.
Nodal.
But, nodal.
Noodle.
Noodle.
So I guess I'll just pick up the nearest rock.
Are you kidding me?
Because the bow wasn't good enough, we gotta use a rock.
What do they say about throwing stones?
I like blunt weapons, okay? So I'll pick up the nearest
Is that why you
rock.
like TJ?
Because he's blunt.
Because he's it's kind of a blunt weapon. He's not the sharpest sword in the armory, if you know what I mean. Don't throw that rock at me.
I'm going to throw it at her eye.
In her eye. And
16.
and you probably smoke her in the eye with that freaking rock.
Goliath could never.
It
Gonk.
hits. Go ahead and roll a d4 of damage.
That's hilarious.
4.
She done.
As the rock
Oh my God.
soars through the air and hits her, like, right in the center of her forehead as she's wailing about the arrow that is sticking out of her chest. She's like, "Oh, I just want death."
Thunk.
And then her wails are no more. And Chad's
Finally.
like, "No."
Don't worry, buddy. She's not dead yet.
And he is still going to be trying to attack you guys, just to let you know. So Coco is out.
How long is she out for, though?
We have to carry her around.
I'm not
Or-
doing it.
Someone has to help her up, I feel
We'll
like.
figure it out. Let's take care of Chad, and then we can figure out what we're doing with Coco.
Yeah, so Stan, Chad just, like, tried to get you and totally biffed it, but he's wailing behind you. It is your turn.
So I think I'd like to. Is he still holding his pickaxe?
He is.
Don't you have a weapon? You can use your weapon.
I do, but I just
Naked
kind of
fist.
wanna disarm him and wrap him up like a burrito in that blanket TJ's holding.
Doing a post strength check.
I'm gonna shoot him with my bow next time it's my turn. So
What a shock.
I know.
I got a nat 20.
Whoa!
Oh,
Yeah,
Way
you
to
definitely didn't
go.
get that. So talk me through this. What happened?
So, Chad is beside himself, and so Stan kind of sneaks up behind him and bear hugs him from behind.
oh.
Yep, you're gonna be okay, buddy. We're just. I'm gonna get you nice and warm, and we waddle over to Tej, and I set him down on the blanket while he kind of is in the fetal position, crying, so sad about Coco. All right, Tej, come on, we're gonna wrap him up. You know, like a tortilla. You understand?
Do you fold in?
Swallow 'em.
Wait, do you
I've
do
had
the?
tortillas before.
Do you do
Great.
the folded in ends?
We're not working at Qdoba here. I'm just trying to.
Qdoba's no cannon. Yes.
All right, Tej, come on, help me. And so we take him from the end and we just kind of topple him over end by end. Perfect. Until he's fully wrapped up in the blanket and can't move his limbs.
So I'm gonna say because you got a nat 20, and only because you got a nat 20, am I gonna say that you do grapple him and restrain him? And TJ's gonna be like, now it's really important that we tuck in the toes so that way the monster under the bed doesn't get your toesies. And
He's
just
such a great dad already.
and he like takes his fingers at like the top of the blanket and he like kind of pulls it down from his mouth. He's like, it's important to breathe.
Thanks, Tej. You got all the I's dotted and T's crossed. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Stan. And he turns to Chad. He's like, Stan's my best friend. You should get one of those, and you won't make such bad decisions with ladies. My girl Misphi over there, I got her after I met Stan. So it's really important that you get a good friend, because otherwise you end up with a chick like Coco. She doesn't seem too great. Also, she's knocked out, so I'm real sorry about that. But make better life choices or something, right? Yeah. And then he kind of pats the side of the burrito boy and stands up and like brushes off his hands like he's really done a job well done.
Misphi just claps.
Everyone
Yes.
claps. That should get an Academy Award.
So does that mean we're now out of combat? Because
You are now out of combat because
that
the
is
only live
awesome.
person is currently is
Burritoed.
restrained. Yeah. And prone.
Okay.
All right. Well, Meryl.
Swaddled, if you will.
Swaddled.
Oh god.
Meryl slowly flies back down and deposits her gently next to the swaddle.
You didn't have to do that gently, you know.
Well, she doesn't look like she's doing too great.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't fall in a very cute way. She falls in the way that like
Like
a
a sack of
doll
potatoes?
does when like a toddler throws them across the room. Like it's just hairs covering her face. Legs are like just kind of like at weird angles. Like, I don't know, a shoelace is untied. It's not cute. It's very not demure.
Alfonso walks over and just takes her pinky and like puts it up and be like, well, I guess you're fancy-ish.
And TJ has a tear go down his eye.
Oh, and Alfonso winks at TJ and be like, I got your back, buddy.
And TJ's like, it's like a second Boston Tea Party.
So the Boston Tea Party is also canon?
It has been.
You
Oh,
declared that it
We
was.
know that. Yes,
you
that's why.
said that it was somebody at a Boston Tea Party without me.
Yeah,
So
that's
officially.
true.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that. All those years
The
ago.
Boston Tea Party 2.0.
So as Coco is laid down, completely knocked out, Beauregard is going to look up and be like, well, I wasn't planning on getting involved. Y'all seem like you had it handled. And he kind of
mostly.
like leans on his cane, kind of like with a swagger a bit. He's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounds like Coco had a role to play in this, and for that I am sorry, but I don't feel like dealing with it. So I'm gonna let y'all make that judgment call what y'all are gonna do with Coco now. I mean, y'all might have to kind of contend with the Happy Hustler Horde. I don't know how they do with one of
forgot
their
about
own.
them.
Yeah, one of their own betraying the hoardership, I guess. Not
But-
really sure what a Happy Hustler does in this situation, but point is that I'm kind of busy. So my understanding, I guess when it comes to this letter, I ain't going to respond to it till y'all get back from whatever y'all are going to do.
That would be great.
Yeah, I'll just tuck it away while I figure all this out. And
Can you deal with Chad and we'll do something with Coco?
oh, we'll deal with Chad, that swaddled up baby blanket of boneheadedness. Oh, his daddy's gonna be madder than a mule in a mine.
You should let his dad know he stole his pickaxe, too.
Oh.
I doubt he's supposed to be touching that.
Yeah, he
Never
ain't
touch a man's
quite smart
pickaxe.
enough for the pickaxe yet.
Yeah.
You can tell because he used to be one of them fetch boys. He kind of failed out of that program. So
That makes sense.
It's not his daddy's favorite. This is going to be a real heartbreak for it.
Now Lucy's in the cabinet.
You have a very popular cabinet.
Yeah,
She-
they love to
Now
visit.
she's pissed off because the snack is still not being
Yeah.
served, so.
So you see Jeb grabs Chad like in his bundled up form and holds him kind of fireman style over his shoulder. And he's like, he looks at all you guys and he gives that bro nod and he's like, ugh. And then he walks away. And you are left now with Coco and Beauregard says, well, I guess as y'all exit the town while I'm trying to deal with this, just please, just try to keep what happened here a little bit under wraps. Y'all can go see Mama Witch. If you do, just please check in on Freya on your way out. She wasn't doing too well earlier, and besides, she's got some of that feller flesh lamb, whatever that was that Gilbert's been talking about. She's got some of that apparently, and maybe you can get some information on that and whatever these rebel things have to say. If y'all happen to, talk with them, then I guess just let me know.
Before we get out of here, do you have a like a cart or a horse we could borrow to throw old Coco on in the meantime while she's snoozing?
Well,
Even a wheelbarrow would probably be fine.
A
We don't even
bucket.
care.
I mean, there are those hot cocoa barrels back there.
I bet we could wrangle something up.
A barrel is fine. I think a barrel is perfect.
Do the barrels have wheels?
We could roll it.
Even better. Just gonna- Okay, that's fine with me.
Righty then. I guess they're all yours wherever y'all left them. I'm assuming they're probably over where Coco was stationed at.
Let's go grab one of those barrels.
She does have a backpack on her back, so
We'll take
Put
that.
in there too.
I'm sure we could
I think
take
there's
that.
actually because you do see that like on her backpack she does have a barrel of Coco currently
Right,
on there,
we could just put the backpack
and it's mostly
on.
gone as she stated last episode. So I think there's like only like 2 cupfuls in there.
We can throw her in the one on her backpack, and then you can put that on your back, Meryl. We'll be great. Good to go.
Why do I have to carry Coco?
You
I
got
just
big
did.
shoulders. You're the
Well,
best
yeah,
option.
that's true. That is true.
You are strong.
Well, I didn't say that.
So strong.
Not
Yeah.
boost his ego.
And handsome.
Well,
that what you said?
Beauregard's going to kind of just nod his head and fix his monocle back over his swollen eye.
Love that
He's
monocle.
like, well, I suppose I just I bid you adieu while I clean up this mess here. Y'all
Good day, sir.
good day.
Misphi is going to use her druid craft and conjure up a little like leaf brooch that looks like a raven, and I'm going to give it to him.
Oh,
Misphi's so cute.
he
Misphi
takes
is so
this,
demure.
He takes it
Very mindful.
and he's quiet for a moment.
For you, for all your troubles of putting up with us.
Thank you, ma'am.
I feel like we're not that bad. but-
Alfonso.
She's got a bird. I like her. And he
I
takes
like you
it
too.
and he pins it to his very elegant vest. And he taps it a few times like this is his good luck charm now.
Oh.
And he turns and you can see Berg and No Beard a little bit off to the side because he's just kind of by himself. Nobody really wants him away or here. And he's like, Bargain, I got a beautiful new brooch. It looks like a bird. If you say anything bad about it, I might put you 6 feet under. And let's go. And he just like kind of cuffs Berg and No Beard off the kind of on the back and pushes him towards the chaos where a lot of people are sorting things out. And so you are right now left with Gilbert and Coco. Coco's kind of dropped out, and Gilbert kind of shuffles on his feet, still wearing the dress. And he's like,
King.
I am real sorry. I didn't realize I played a role in how all of this started, but I am real grateful that you guys were able to you trusted me enough to take me into the mine so we could fix this. This wouldn't have been possible if y'all hadn't helped me.
Well, it wouldn't have been possible without you either.
Thank you.
Everybody makes mistakes, Gilbert.
Yep.
Even you?
Well, no.
Yes.
Yes.
And TJ's like, that's like pretty much my whole job. That's
To
like
make
my
mistakes.
vibe. I learn from mistakes. I'm pretty knowledgeable by now.
And you're
He's
so good
perfectly
at it,
imperfect.
Teej. So good at it.
All the
Thanks,
improvement.
Dan.
Mhm.
Thanks, Alfonso. And he turns and he gives Gilbert a hug, and Gilbert's like, oh, I do declare.
Gilbert, that's my man.
Oh, apologies, ma'am.
It's okay. It's okay. I can share him.
And
Mostly.
he just kind of, as he's parting away from TJ, he like just kind of squeezes his arms like nice and firm a little bit. And he's like, he kind of gives him a wink, and he's like, "Do you think you'd ever look good in a dress?" And TJ's like, I don't think I've ever tried it. I'm pretty into pants lately. It's like a friendship thing, like a friendship bracelet, but on your butt. So, I don't know, but we could talk about it later. It's something to noodle over for sure. Yeah.
Maybe
To noodle
TJ
over.
needs some overalls.
A friendship bracelet for your butt is wild. We need to sell pants, like sweatpants, and on the butt they say a friendship bracelet for your butt.
Yeah, but in like rhinestones, like the old
Yes.
juicy
Like Juicy
sweatpants.
Couture.
Oh,
For
God.
sure.
Everything about that just makes me sad.
Like you'd
Which
want to wear
means
them.
that he would be the one modeling them in all the
Yes.
pictures.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh.
With your flannel shirt and your, I don't know, I feel like it'd be like the perfect combo. Well, Gilbert,
great.
I'm a rhinestone cowboy.
I can't wait for that to be the caption of the Instagram post.
a
Oh, God.
rhinestone cowboy.
And it's just you in yoga pants with your whole ass out, and the yoga
No
pants
one
say
wants to see
a
me in yoga
friendship-
pants,
A
guys.
friendship
That is not
bracelet
something-
for your butt.
Oh, God.
You do like a twerk in it just to like for the TikTok fans.
Wow.
They would
I'm not sure
live
I
for
could do
that.
that. Like
We
physically.
could teach you.
missing
No, you can.
We
Everybody
can keep your face out of it, and they can just guess whose butt it is. I mean,
They would know.
Guess whose butt? God, love that trend. I love that trend.
Guess whose butt?
Guess the ass.
Guess
Yeah,
that
the
out.
guy wearing the flannel. Whose butt is that? That stands for sure.
Stand for sure twerks.
Gilbert just shakes his head at TJ, takes his dress and kind of dips down into a cute little curtsy.
Demure.
And smiles at y'all, and he kind of walks back toward the mine, like that's where his kind of, he wants to just go back and kind of work with some things. He does take some of those soulstone vein, the small ones, that he can study. He kind of takes some of those with him to try to get some data on those as he's walking away. So now it's just the five of you and Coco.
So, should we make our way to the Mama Witch?
Down the witch's road. Anyone?
I think that's the right direction, Alfonso. Who's gonna help me load Coco into her barrel?
Oh, I can do that. I can help you.
You'd honestly, you're the man for the job.
I
you
just
couldn't wait
really-
for this all day.
I've
I'm
been
gonna
waiting
let
for
you do
this
it,
for
Alfonso.
so long. Alfonso goes over to Coco, takes her arms, crosses them to kind of make her into a little bit of a, not
Pretzel.
a burrito, but something of a pretzel. takes her like
so many
legs
baked
and like folds her in half almost.
delicious warm goods.
And like kind of gives her a good old shove into the barrel with a little bit too much force. Like he did not need to use that much, but he definitely needed
he definitely
to.
did.
Yeah.
And then closes the barrel, but cracks it just a
she's
little
full
bit.
in. Love
Oh
that.
yeah, she is stuffed in the barrel.
Well,
There's a
she's
hole in
gotta
it.
be. We're going on a road trip.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have you roll acrobatics to try to like because you're essentially turning her into what are those people who like do all the weird
Contortionist.
contortionist. She's essentially like becoming a contortionist.
I have a
And
plus
she's-
4 acrobatics.
Oh,
21.
Whoa!
17, but-
She's an
You
acrobat
literally
now.
fold her into like a paper crane and just put her in the barrel and then close it.
But I'll even cracked a little bit so that like it's latched but a little open so that she could breathe when she I don't want her
just
to
put some
die.
holes in it with your sword. I mean,
I'm just picturing like one of those
Even better.
magician things where they're like stabbing the swords and it's
She's
like,
fine.
see,
She's fine.
still
I'm a magician.
okay.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Take my short sword and like carving a hole into it and I kind of peek in and like
You can carve it like a jack-o'-lantern. It's perfect.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, yes. You
Okay.
put a little smiley
so here's
face
how this
cut
goes.
out.
Yes.
I take she's in a pretzel, shove her in the barrel, and like I'm trying to get the lid on it latched. I'm like,
The lid, Patrick. The lid.
but God, we need. So I'm like, oh, okay, she has to breathe. So I unlatch it, dump her out,
Oh my god.
take my sword, and then I carve a little bit of a jack-o'-lantern in there with my short sword. And I'm like, yeah, there we go. And then put the pretzel back in the barrel.
Wait,
The
wait, wait,
pretzel.
wait.
She's not Coco anymore. She's the pretzel.
Coco.
Here's the
pretzel.
pretzel.
Can I put an apple in her mouth?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely, Misphi. So I unlatch it, dump her back out.
As if she needed to be dumped out for the apple. There's no way she would
Because you
be
went
doing it. He's
head
like,
first
for sure.
the first time.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Thunk. And then like a sack of potatoes just rolls out of the barrel. And go ahead, shove the apple
Yeah,
in her.
Misphi's just gonna open her mouth real, not gent-like, and shove an apple in there that she finds from a tree. You know, just right there. Yeah.
Dwarves have trees.
Yeah. All right. So I take the pretzel once
And I
again.
smack her on the butt, and you.
I shove her in the barrel and then closed up.
Well, perfect. Your cargo's ready, Meryl.
That's like artistry, guys. I had no idea you were so skilled at the
Thanks, TJ.
interpretive art.
He likes
That was-
art. He likes origami.
I do.
Origami, very nice.
It
It
was a
must
bit
be
vengeful,
because
but it
he's
was
a
good.
former noble, huh?
Yeah. They do a lot of folding paper.
Yeah.
And-
Something like that.
And
Those finishing school, you know.
yeah,
Real fancy.
He seems
paper
so
and happy
A
hustlers.
lot of people don't know how to finish.
Oh my!
A lot of people don't know how to finish school.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
I mean, you
about.
could really keep going.
That's exactly what I meant.
Holy cow! Oh, let me catch
That
my
came
breath
out of
on
left
that.
field for sure.
Oh, that's
was
what she
me.
said. So talk me through, how are you guys going to, now that you have her, how are you going to move her?
I
Easy.
have-
She's
Oh,
in the
it's a backpack
backpack.
barrel. So
Oh, so she's in the backpack.
Yeah,
Backpack
imagine
barrel.
like a water cooler, but like as a backpack. That's kind of what I'm thinking. this-
Filled with human pretzel.
Yeah, filled with
Yeah.
pretzel.
And so we'll just trade off, you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
Merle's just gonna carry her on his back because he's a big buff guy with the wings and the thumbs, big stuff over here.
Big stuff.
He's just gonna, trollop on away with the pretzel in the oven.
So here's what I'm going to say. Because you are going to be carrying a human on your back, and it is a very cumbersome backpack because it has a lot of wares inside of it. Anybody who is going to, so as you guys are like kind of rotating out this backpack, whenever you have the backpack on, you get -2 to dexterity.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that's not going to apply to your initiative rolls. So you'll still be able to use your initiative dexterity modifier. But while you're holding that, like your dexterity is going to be -2.
We could just roll her. That's still an option.
well, I mean, we don't foresee any problems at the moment. We can always take the backpack off and just thump.
You're not carrying it.
We
Do
could
you
dump her
want
on
me to
again.
carry her right now? I can carry her right now
No,
if you need.
no.
When you get tired, you let me know.
Doubt that'll happen.
Share
I
the
didn't think so.
load.
There's enough pretzel for everyone, all right? It's okay.
All right,
So
let's go meet a witch.
So do we take a walk and
Yes.
let a day's travel to the witch?
Well, so are you guys going to stop off and see Freya first?
Oh, we should probably do that.
Yeah, so we'll just say that you guys,
Whose mom is this again? Which
Beauregard.
Beauregard's mom,
Son of a witch.
Mama Witch.
He's a son of a witch.
Mommy.
So now we're going off
to the witch.
Oh,
That's
That
pretty
was
good.
That is
Good.
very good.
Go.
I wonder what our neighbors think. You know what I
Well-
mean? I mean, you did that, and then all night we've been going, ooh.
Yeah, we
Like,
live
what
here
do our
every night, and they
neighbors
hear you
think?
and me.
TJ's just like, it's a very specific kink.
That's the last thing in the episode.
Off to the witch. It's a very specific kink.
And thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, that concludes our entire podcast because we will be canceled by. So that concludes our episode for tonight. Oh my goodness, our Halloween special-tacular. Beautiful. So we got a couple things to plug on our way out. First of all, thank you again, Darlene Hoffer, for the t-shirts that are coming. That's so exciting. We'll definitely make sure to put those on Instagram and TikTok.
Railed it.
Oh, God.
Also, I want to personally send a huge thank you to Jake Salz and Matt Rail, who rescued me on the side of the road on the way here when my
We
tire
did.
blew.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I was more like moral support.
Yeah.
And Matt Rail did literally 90 3%
I
of the
think-
physical, manual, and also
You
intellectual
held
labor.
the tire at one point.
You really did. And
You guys
I
got the
did.
so we got a couple things to plug. Buy my book.
Yeah.
buy my
that
book.
book.
The Archivist's Apprentice, which is just, God, it's so freaking cool. I am biased, but whatever. People have said it's freaking cool, so you can read it and tell me if I'm wrong. So the link is in the description below if you want an amazing, amazing book. Also, if you like the music that is happening on our podcast, a lot of it is done by husband Matt Bostian. So if you're interested in some of his music for your own D&D campaign, you can check his music out in the description below.
Check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Mystical Everyday Heroes for some fun content and exclusive pictures of the adventures tonight, specifically on the side of the road. So
Woo!
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
It was incredible.
I have officially now changed 2 tires for 2 coworkers.
Wow.
And technically 3 because I really felt like you changed my tire too.
I can change your tire for you. That'd be great.
Change your tire anytime, man. Welcome back to Mystical Everyday Heroes, the D&D podcast, where people are not mystical nor heroic, just everyday people mugging women in caves.
Wait, you missed it.
Oh, sorry.
We had you.
I'm used to like
Already,
reading
and
from a
she's
script
like-
here.
Didn't even.
I loved it.
All right, here, hang on. Let's do this again. I wanted to see if that was appropriate because you guys kind of mugged Coco in the cave, remember? And that was like a concept that we talked about last time.
I love it.
Okay. All right, let me try that again. Okay. Now that I
I
have
would
this.
love, just an aside to husband Matt, I'd love if you included all of this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't cut.
Maybe
don't
just bonus content at
like
the end.
right, no, I mean from
Like
when
bloopers.
she started. Like from the moment she started to now when we were all like waiting just in complete silence. Like we are never silent while she's giving the intro ever. We're always talking. But we were all ready and then she just kept going because we just kept waiting for her to say
I'm just like,
Matt.
this is my only shot. Okay. All right. One more time. Okay. What?